Bernie.
I was just sitting trying to pay attention to what was going on.
Bernie.
Look, I think we're bringing people together around an agenda that works for all.
Senator Bernie.
Mittens.
Bernie.
Mittens.
Bernie.
Mittens.
Okay, here we are down here in the middle of all this mess. Work on Andy's birthday project, which is something I started last year as a set and never got completed before I had to have my thumb operated on. So, and that's the whole joke. So I had the thumb bone taken out of my thumb. So it looks fun. Now it doesn't sit right, but so anyway, my idea was a thumb drive. Got the idea from the TV show Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. I thought, well, I could probably try to do that. That was so I made one. This is actually the third one. First one I made for the surgeon who likes grossing out the people at the hospital with. I did him last year. This is the second one, a mold that I made when I was doing of my thumb, including the scar, which is up here. Which was a little difficult to do by myself when I was working on the 3D printer, which was May or June of last year. Was the first was actually able to get to this project that I had come up with for Andy's birthday back in March. Anyway, this is 2021. I'm talking about 2020, the lovely year last year. Unfortunately, right now the 3D printer is still down. Got wires to reconnect and solder after the big mess it had. So Andy's birthday is coming up, and I want to get this done. So anyway, this is mold made with latex. Back there, latex rubber. It's liquid. Put it on around my thumb, build up layers on it, trying to move my thumb. It took me I stayed up all night one night to get it that way. And then towards the end, then you start layering on gauze into the wet latex. And that's what you end up with. So the thumb drive, there's the drive down in there. Last year I was able to do it. To get that to fasten in there, I used 5-minute epoxy. I'm totally out of 5-minute epoxy as things go. So I'm trying something new using hot glue, since I had the success with using that different ways for the models for my nephews. So that's just holding it in place until this can be poured. So it'll be sitting upright like this, and the resin, the polymer resin, goes in there. And the polymer resin, of course, is, well, the term I use is exothermic, but gives off heat, but there's a different term for that type of plastic. Get the thing to focus. Wants to stay out of focus. Interesting. Anyway, there goes focus. I get it far enough away. So anyway, it's tacked in there now and ready for the pour. Hold up this way. There you can see it tacked in, and it's just a standard USB drive. I bought it as a set actually for a year ago Christmas to use for this idea. I had it back then before my surgery, and I've used, as you can see now, 3 are missing, and they are 32 gig drives, one of which I gave to Dr. Reimer, my thumb surgeon. So I gave him actually my thumb. The second one, which was supposed to have been for Andy, I screwed it up. When you take the mold off, you peel the mold backwards to get the part out of there. I've used mold release. I've coated the mold originally once I got the mold, you can see the blue in there. That's this stuff. PVA mold release. Use a brush. I brush that on in here, let that dry. I get been 2 days ago. Didn't really need to wait that long. In the mold, so it's ready to go. The thing's in there. But when you peel the mold back, sometimes you turn it inside out, and I kind of screwed it up and didn't know it until I got done. When I peeled it out of the mold, this is what I ended up with. A mess. And I thought, what the hell, this looks absolutely nothing like my thumb. And I realized that I molded the damn thing inside out. So this is actually outside the mold. It would still work. I still let my thumb drive still buried in there. And I stop it at that stage. That's been last year sometime. And it's been sitting ever since. Over here in the pile while I've been working on the 3D printing stuff, which is also in a pile. Anywho, that's where we're at now. I've been trying to work on cleaning the mess up. Okay, now we're ready to do the pour. This is the boxes, the area I had before, still a mess. And the box is a mess. This box has been poured into the resin about 1,000 times. This is just extraneous stuff that's in there. Using it to hold it up, and I've got now the tip of the end of the thumb drive wrapped in painter's tape and then coated with the mold release of the paper, and that'll allow that to be, the resin not to stick to that. And then I've got it leveled out here, held in place. Now we're ready for the pour, and of course the resin will be just up to below that point there. I can't go any higher than that because it's not even all the way around, and so that's why I've mounted it a little farther down in the thumb. So, okay, now that we got the mold and everything set up, we're ready to do the pour. And I'm using ancient supplies that I have here, so probably really looks like crap, but Crafty Coat, and use 1 part resin to 1 part hardener. Normally I think the resin and the hardener supposed to be roughly the same color, but it seemed to work okay so far just for this, and it's going to be covered anyway. And of course, then to get all the bubbles out, I use Eat a Bubble, which is you spray it on there. I don't know how much this stuff is still available, but mixing cup, and then of course we're going to pour here into the mold. I want to make it squishy so it feel like flesh. So I mixed acrylic paint, which I take back in there's acrylic paints, and little trick that I was mix that with a little bit of latex rubber and a little water, and you got yourself nice goopy light colored latex. So there's the flesh colored. And there's the black colored, and there's the red colored. So I basically took a USB, I got some in here from this batch, get a USB thumb drive, one missing, it's the one that's in the thumb, and then once I made the mold, turned it over, I hardened a little bit at the bottom, made it sticky enough. Put the thumb drive in place, just stick it out there, which is what's the vice grips are attached to. And then I made the mold, which is hard, comes out hard. And then using my paints, and I painted over it to try to make it like a thumb, and it comes out clear, so I left it clear where my nail would be. And I know it kind of looks pretty crappy, but it's drying right now, multiple layers of paint, but it's squishy like flesh would be. And I try to put my initials on the bottom of it, but if you look careful, you can actually still see. I tried to use black. The black is for the you can see the like the lines in your thumb, like back there, and then down on the back side there. But So yeah, I know it kind of sucks looking, but it's a thumb, sort of. And then it's all painted over and it's all squishy with latex. Gotta let that dry. And then the reason I did the red, I thought, oh, kind of looks like a severed thumb. Much better to store it in just some good old bloody gauze. So I took some gauze, and of course all these damn projects I'm working here together, different stuff. Working on the printer over here and building the PC over there with a with a water-cooled system and checking that. So I got the light over here on that. So I attached it to the stick, and I've just basically took gauze, took red acrylic paint, same way, right there, and then it stays liquid, and it's basically acrylic mixed with water-based acrylic mixed with a little latex. It's sticky and soft, and then of course I painted into gauze, and I was holding it with my hand. I just cleaned my hand off because I had red all over my hand, and so I got that drying on both sides, and then I'll wrap the thumb in it to make it look like a severed thumb. It was kind of like special effects. So anyway, that's what my project is for now. Of course, how much that actually looks like my thumb, is debatable. It has a funny shape to it. So the shape that it has a funny shape to it because my thumb has a funny shape. Now, since my surgery, it kind of goes in, which sucks. And a curved shape to it, but at least it doesn't hurt anymore as much as it used to. It's getting better. So anyway, that's that. I just want to make a little video explaining all this stuff, so at least I have reference to it. I decided to make this as a gift to I was going to give it to the surgeon. I got to see him tomorrow. Dr. Reimer did the surgery on my thumb, and he also did my carpal tunnel surgery. So I thought that'd be funny to give a surgeon a thumb drive. So don't remember my thumb by. I wish the definition had come out better, but it was really trying to do it one-handed. It was really a pain in the ass. It really would have been better. And I tried to go all the way down to my incision, but it didn't come out. It's at the bottom. It didn't really quite come out the way that it's supposed to. It would have been nice to have the whole thing. It'd be nice to have an assistant or somebody to help me do it. But like everything else, I do it by myself. So, excuse me. So anyway, that's pretty much it. The wrap for now. This is stuff I'm working on. These are some pods from 2001, and then astronauts being printed over there right now. All right. Talk to y'all later. Okay, cataloging some of the things I made out of resin before. Polymer resin. I kind of like special effects. Somebody we used to work with gave me this. It was like a plastic or rubber fingertip. Said, what can I do with it? So I molded it into these two as well as other stuff. So it's solid now and treated with special effects. And so what I call the thumbnail. See the thumb with a nail all the way through it. How well that's coming out on the video. And then, I guess in the pool of blood, there's like a thumb bone, I guess. So to kind of sit in its own pool of blood, the thumbnail. It's kind of like the gory special effects. Also did a keychain. These are the ones that I've saved. I don't remember how many I made, but same idea with the thumb, with the nail through it. And then the bone becomes the ring for the keychain. I think I made a dozen of these or so that I made for people and people bought. been a while. Now these are all hand painted with the, similar to the thumb thing I made recently, which is what brought this back up, except these don't have any latex or not any soft skin or anything like that, just like hard plastic. So just wanted to kind of catalog these two, because stuff that I've had in a box, things for me to keep. A lot of times the stuff I make, I don't save any, either give it all away or whatever. So there's a few things that I have saved from back in the day.